It's been a busy day off.
Whether you're chasing goals or you're chasing imaginary gremlins in your garage, I'm glad you found time to join me on Coffee with Dubs. Welcome in. Has anyone else ever noticed how your imagination loves getting promoted way above its pay grade? Mine certainly does. It'll take a tiny piece of information, fill in every blank space on its own, and then present a whole thing back to me like it's established fact. Somewhere in between possibility and certainty, my brain quietly skips a few steps and starts reaching a future that hasn't introduced itself yet. I understand why it happens. My mind thinks it's helping. If it can see enough possible outcomes, maybe it can protect me from getting blindsided. Planning ahead has served me well more times than I can count in the past, so I don't want to lose that ability. The problem isn't preparation. The problem is when preparation quietly changes into prediction, and then prediction starts wearing the disguise of certainty. I've caught myself doing it over the smallest things. A delayed text suddenly means bad news. One awkward conversation becomes the beginning of a much bigger problem. An unexpected expense somehow grows into a financial catastrophe before I've even opened the bill. Looking back, it's kind of funny how quickly my imagination can build an entire story using information that would barely fill a sticky note. And one of the techniques used in cognitive behavioral therapy is called checking the evidence. I really like it because it's not about ignoring your feelings. It simply asks you to slow them down. Before accepting the story your mind is telling you, stop and ask, what do I actually know? Not what do I fear, not what do I suspect, what facts are sitting in front of me right now? That one question has a way of shrinking problems back down to the size they actually are. I've realized I spend far less energy dealing with real problems than I do imagining imaginary ones. The real problems eventually get solved because they're tangible. I can make a decision. I can ask for help. The imaginary problems, however, they're different because they keep moving. Every answer creates another what if, and before long, I'm trying to solve the puzzle that reality never even handed to me. That's probably been the biggest shift for me. I'm not trying to stop my imagination because that's the part of my brain that lets me create art, write stories, and dream up ideas that didn't exist yesterday. I just don't want to hand the microphone to every time fear walks into the room. Creativity is a wonderful gift, but it shouldn't also be the prosecutor, the judge, and the jury deciding how tomorrow is going to end before tomorrow even starts. So these days, when I catch myself racing ahead, I don't argue with my thoughts anymore. I simply ask for evidence. If the facts support a plan, then I make one. If they don't, well, I try to come back to the only place where I can actually make a difference, and that's today. Tomorrow eventually will become today, and when it does, I'll handle that with the same tools I handled every challenge life has handed me until then. Maybe that's the reminder I need as much as anyone else. Our imagination is one of the greatest gifts we have, but every once in a while it needs to get a gentle reminder. It's a job to help create the future, not convince us that it's already fallen apart. So take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you tomorrow on the next pour of Coffee with Dubs. I'm out of here.